Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus here again. I want to take a little moment to share with you something, and my subject is the greatest lie ever told. When I was a kid, I was raised by old people. They used to take me to church every Sunday and every time they go. And especially on Sundays, they call it the pastoral day when everybody wore their white dresses and stuff, and the preacher bring a message, and people got happy and shouted, fall all over benches and stuff like that. I used to check that out, wondering what that was all about. I listened to the message. As a kid, you listen to a story, you remember a story. And kids can catch on to a story real good. But I never understood why they were falling on benches. Then sometimes, when you start going to high school, you got kids that go to different denominational churches. Some of them call them Pentecostal. And you could stop by sometimes and you hear your friends, your classmates, listening to a sermon, and all of a sudden somebody starts singing and they start falling across benches and stuff. You look in there and see somebody in your classroom and you be wondering what's going on. And you're still listening to the message of the Bible, but now you never seeing any of that stuff happening. And if you do, it's very small, minute stuff, nothing big, so you say God. Anyway, here's what has got captured me, is that I spent a lot of time being in the world, doing everything I wanted to do except causing pain, real pain and suffering to folks. But other than that, if I wanted to do it, I did what I wanted to do. Now, found a day that something came to me as a man. I'd gotten out of college and I was married and living in Chicago and started working for the Veterans Administration. I saw more poverty in a different light than I had seen it growing up in Mississippi. I mean, the ghettos and stuff like that, it just blew my mind, and people suffering, and you know the story. And so I thought I had to do something about it because nobody was doing anything about it that eradicated it. I mean, they had been doing what they had been doing ever since I'd been on earth, but that wasn't stopping nothing, so to me it was a waste of time. But I started checking it out. I figured that the truth way would be the best way. And if you wanted to know what the truth way was, you just know that everybody wanted to be taken care of. Everybody wanted to be well. Everybody wanted to be good. Everybody wanted their needs being met. So I figured, okay, how could that happen? And so it came to me one day about how it could happen. So I decided to run for president of the United States. I was so excited. I thought I'd run for president, and the people who had been going to church would be so proud that they just, all over America, the churches would just start talking about this young man who was taking the message of God and love and wants to be president of the United States, and we've been waiting on him and want to support me. I thought that with all my heart. I got nothing like that. I went to the streets and talked to poor people, and I talked to regular people, and I'm thinking everybody had to want it. I mean, this is life. I found a lot of people who say they wanted it, but I never found anybody who wanted to do anything about it. And I never asked for money. It was my idea that a message as wonderful as this, a message that introduced life to you, that you've been waiting for your whole life, that the message was just spread like Donald Trump said, you just spread. Well, my message didn't, but Donald Trump's did. And so I'm thinking, what is this? What is this all about? Then today out here at Berkeley, at what I think they call this Blue Lake, and I'm thinking about the situation, and something hits me, and it's about heaven. You know the story about heaven. They said heaven had the angels up there, and Lucifer, somebody, went up there and started messing with the angels. Now, when they tell you Lucifer went up there and started messing with the angels, that confuses you. You can't put in your mind where Lucifer is. I already told you spirit. But I want to put it in your mind so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Think about a Donald Trump walking up into heaven. I want to rule heaven. I want everybody to be loyal to me. Everybody to be loyal to me. When you get loyal to me, and those who won't get loyal to me, I want you to pop inside the head. Do anything you want to. I am the biggest, I am the baddest, I am the boldest. I got the smartest brain. I can think faster than anybody else. I am it. I am what you've been waiting for all your life. Now you just think about Donald Trump walking around in heaven like that. He would have done the same thing to the angels that he did to the Republican Senate, or the senators who are Republicans. He'd have done the same thing, or the few black people who went with him. He'd have done it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can see why God said, okay, we ain't having that up here, and said, you got to go. And so he made sure that rather than coming up in heaven, we came up right here. And he told us, my way is the way, and you can create heaven just like we got it up here, or wherever it is, you can create it right there, wherever you are. Well, these are the principles. Or if you don't want to do that, you do what you want to do. But what you do, you're going to have to live the consequences thereof. And so we're down here living the consequences thereof. And this stuff about falling over benches and jumping over things and hurdles don't mean nothing to God. Not a thing to God. That's lies and stuff that we use to deceive others and cause others to think we own it, that we got something going on. No, God ain't buying that. God is saying plainly to us, if you're living here and you know me and you love me, ain't no heaven gonna not exist where you're at. In other words, you're going to stand up so bold and you're going to be a light to the world, and heaven will be generated from the fact that people can look in you and know that there's a God. Or they gonna kill you. Tell it just like it is. They gonna kill you. Why? They don't want you there. My friends, then not only the people there, not only heaven, but you know where you belong, because you refuse to accept anything other than heaven. And if it takes killing you to get there, then that's what you have made. That's the decision you've made. And all this stuff around here on this earth talking that's junk, the biggest lie ever told.